Your skills are more than talent. They are not random, they are not accidental, they're connected to your call. Welcome to the Weekday Refill. These are designed for us to pause, center our work on God, and refill so that we can work from His overflow. When I was in design school, my professors told me something that was very interesting right from the start. They told us that our gift was God given, that design school was not going to teach us taste, it was not going to teach us what went together and what didn't, what colors were great and what weren't. No. Taste, the designer's eye, are all things that are God given. Now, the purpose of design school was to teach us how to use that gift, to actually teach us the techniques of the gift, to teach us about building codes, to teach us the rules that help us operate within the gift, to give us a skill set so that we can actually perform the gift. I find that very interesting because hindsight tells me that the gift actually precedes the skills. Now, here's the flow that I've observed over the life of my 20-year career. We have the calling from God, then He gives us gifts in order to reach that assignment, that calling. And then we learn skills that hone our gift, that support our calling. Right? So let me make this easy for you. For instance, think about a handyman. Whether that's an actual handyman by profession or whether that's your dad who is like so incredible he can fix everything, right? At the heart of it, that handyman has a desire to fix things, to make things better, or to build things. He wants to improve the life of those that he loves and those that he serves. That's the calling. Now, what's really cool about dads like that and handymen is that they don't just have the desire, they also have the eye. Like, they can tinker with just about anything and figure it out and make it work. And it's like they know what to do. It doesn't take them a long time to figure it out. It's almost like they inherently know what to do. But then they can't just inherently know, and they can't just have the desire. They also have to have the tools. They also need saws and screwdrivers and drills and drill bits and wrenches and like all the things, right? They need all the things to actually do the gift, right? And so when I'm talking about the hierarchy of calling, gifting, skills, I want for you to think of it like that. The calling is what's at the heart. The gifting is the eye, the creativity, the knowing of what you should be doing. And then the skills are the actual tools that are in your toolkit that help you be able to execute the calling and the gift. Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." Your skills support your gift, which allow you to do good works as you walk out your assignment. Now, I wonder if you're like me and you've ever thought to yourself, man, I've got some skills in this toolkit that can't possibly all work together. And for me, that particular skill was being a chef, right? So back in 2006, I was in Atlanta and there was a recession. And honey, um, people were trying to keep their homes. Nobody and was trying to buy furniture or do interior design. At least not in the target market that I was working in that time. And so I had to pivot, right? And so for a period of time, I went to culinary school, and I became a chef, right? And I cooked in fine dining restaurants. I cooked in a for a college. I also cooked for as a private chef, right? Because again, I told y'all before, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I did some private chefing and some catering, um, and I thoroughly enjoyed that season, right? But for a long time, I was like, man, this season is this is terrible, right? Um, this is not going to look good on my interior design resume. Um, this is awful. I'm not going to be able to use this, and I'm not going to talk about it because um, this is a skill that I just want to hide, and just people should know that I'm a good cook. And when you come to my house, I'm about to throw down honey, and we about to eat real good. But I'm not about to tell people, and I am definitely not about to tell paying clients that I spent a few years primarily focused on cooking, with the interior design taking a back seat. But then when I started designing and I started remodeling, I realized that kitchens were my jam, right? And then I realized that my culinary degree and my culinary experience was the peanut butter. And baby, it was a really good combination. Okay. I understood that that time in that season made and prepared me for the next 15 years of being a wonderful kitchen designer. And honey, if I've only gotten better as I began to acknowledge and recognize that everything in my belt all works together and is all to the glory of God. Because every skill is useful, every skill serves the gift and the call, and every skill is valuable. They're not random talents, they're God given tools that support the gift and ultimately help you fulfill your assignment and your call. So here's the question of the day: what unique skills has God given you that support your calling? Comment below. I'd love to celebrate your unique value. And here's my challenge if you want to dig deeper. Take a moment today and write down your own calling, gift, skills flowchart. And let it remind you that every skill that you have is tied back to the bigger call on your life. That's today's Weekday Refill. I'm so glad you joined me. We're here every Monday through Friday to pause, refill, and center our work on Him. Be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Design, serve, thrive.